Workers at Kukabura factory have regular working hours at 40 hours per week and are paid 50 pesos per hour. However, if the workers render more than 40 hours per week, the excess hours are paid 75% more. Create a flowchart and a pseudocode that would input the number of hours rendered by a worker in 1 week and output his net salary. So first, we need to analyze the problem. We need to get the given values, the input, the output, and what must be the process. So in this case, there are given values. So what are the given values? Workers at Kukabura factory have a regular working hours of 40 hours. So regular working hours is 40 hours per week and paid 50 pesos per hour. So when you rendered, for example, a one hour, so that's equivalent to 50 pesos per hour. Okay. Now, however, if the workers rendered more than 40 hours, so let's say more than 40 hours, okay, the excess hours are paid 75% more. So in excess to 40 hours, that particular hours will be 75% more. Okay, so meaning to say, let's just assume that I rendered 45 hours. So 40 hours will be regular working hours, then the 5 hours in excess the rate will be 75% more of 50 pesos per hour. So this one, regular working hours, so this will be 50 pesos, but this one will be 75% more of 50 pesos. Okay? So what should be the input? So the input here must be the number of hours rendered by the worker. So number of hours rendered and we're going to output the net salary. So let's make this shorter. So hours, this should be hours and this will be net sal. Okay, now for the process. So how are we going to do the process? So we're going to test the condition. If my working hours is more than, okay, so if my hours is less than or equals to 40 hours, then the computation of the net salary is just simply 50, which is the constant value per hour, times the number of hours rendered. So let's say, for example, I just rendered 30 hours. So 30 hours is less than or equals to 40. So if it's a true statement of true condition, we'll compute 50 times 30. So our net sal here is just 1,500. Otherwise, you will render more than 40 hours. So the computation of the net sal will not be the same as the first statement. So how are we going to compute for that? So again, take note of this. This one will be constant already since for example, I rendered 45 hours. Automatically, the 40 hours will be the regular working hours and it will be computed as 40 hours times 50 pesos. So if you're going to do that, constant, you have 2,000 pesos already. So for that, I'm going to put 2,000. In addition to 2,000, I'm going to add also the excess hours I rendered. But the excess hour is 75% more. Okay, so how are we going to do that? Let's make it again constant. So what's 75% of 50 pesos? So if that is 50 pesos, 75% more should be 50. In addition to that, that's 0.75 times 50. Okay? So since this is constant, you may actually compute that, and whatever the final value will be added here. Okay? So let's say, for example, here, how are we going to do this? So plus. So how are we going to get 5? So to get 5, I need to subtract, okay, the number of hours rendered minus 40, since 40 is fixed. So if my number of rendered hours is 45, 45 minus 40 is 5, and that's the OT, or the excess hours need to be paid. Okay, and then, so that's 5. Okay, so that's 75% more. So I need to multiply it with the answer, or the resulting value of this one. So I think 75, let's just have a calculator. So 75, sorry, so 0.75 times 50 equals 37.5 plus 50 pesos. So that's 87.5. So I need to multiply this to 87.5. So this is my regular working hours, which is 40 hours per week. That's when I rendered it, that's equivalent to 50 pesos per hour. So that's 2,000. Then in excess of that, if my number of hours rendered is 45, I need to deduct it or subtract it to my regular working hours, which is 40, so I can get the excess value of 5. And that excess time that I rendered will be 75% more of 50 pesos. So let's have the flowchart design. So this will be start. Then I need to input the value of my rendered hours. Then I'm going to test if my rendered hours is less than or equals to 40. If it's true, I'm going to compute for something. If it's false, I'm going to compute for something. So if it's true, I just need to compute my net sal as number of hours rendered times 50. But if it's false, that means rendered hours is more than 40 hours. So the computation of the net salary will be, again, the constant 2,000. In addition, will be, again, hours minus 40 times 87.5. Okay? Then again, I need to display the net salary. So I'm going to output net sal and then end. So again, this is a dangling symbol. So I need to display the net sal. So I'm going to connect using an on-page connector, label it with A, and then connect it here, displaying the net sal. Then I'm going to put also connector A. Okay? So let's say, for example, again, I rendered 30 hours. My hours is equals to 30. So I input 30. Is 30 less than or equals to 40? True. So if it's true, just multiply the 30 or the number of hours to 50, and that becomes 1,500. Go to A. A is here. Output 1,500. But if my rendered hours, for example, is 45, if 45 less than or equals to 40, false. So net sal should be 2,000 plus 45 minus 40, which is 5, times 87.5. Okay, so that will be 2,000 plus plus plus. Okay,